Hi. I'm a friend of the Wen's. If you have any questions, I can explain. It's not so easy to understand, maybe. There's some interesting ideas. Maybe you know this, maybe not, but 15 years ago, some English musicians burned 1 million pounds.
Okay.
The money they burnt.
Okay. And why?
Well,
Why not give you a check?
well, very, very good point. If you read this is an interesting discussion. So Lee Wen wanted to get $1 million worth of Asian money. Maybe you know this Biennale was 23 countries or something. So he wanted to get a total of 1 million Sing dollars of different currencies, and not burn it, but make balloons that he would light, and they would float all over. They wouldn't give him the money. So then he thought leaves would be an interesting symbol to replace that.
Okay.
But then he discovered that the leaves curl and it's impossible. So he will tell you that idea was a failure. But the original idea was to get people to question why Singapore, among other things, has such a small island, such a small population, and yet spends more per capita on military than like in the top 5.
We have to protect ourselves.
I'm not discussing anything. I'm just explaining a little bit about the piece. So that's actually the video of, among other things, the guys burning the money. So in Singapore, that was an unusual idea. Why not give it to charity? There's that. But if you read what was posted online, they discuss that very nicely, I think. So, any other questions? I'm happy to.
Okay.
Hello. How are you? Did you move?
Yes, we had to.
Just a moment. Things online. You know what? 1 second. I forgot to give my friend something. I'll be right back. Broke a heart. This was actually the inspiration, one of the inspirations. Some guys in a band in England burnt £1 million about 10, 15 years ago. And so if you read that, you'll get a sense of what he was inspired by. But then he wanted to do something with $1 million Sing dollars, not burn it, but he wanted to make some lanterns and light them and float them all over the world, or all over Asia, all over Singapore. They wouldn't give him the money. And the money would have been the different currencies involved in this biennale. Maybe, no, I think there's 23 countries. So $1 million of whatever would work out per country. He couldn't get the money, so then he thought leaves are maybe a peaceful alternative, or neutral, organic alternative to that. So then he wanted to make the lanterns out of leaves, but they're too heavy and they curl. So it became just a workshop and leaf sculptures and things like that. But the starting point was this idea of burning money as art.
He actually approached the monetary authority and asked for one.
Well, through the Biennale, they were going to ask the powers that be. I don't know enough about it.
I don't think they would have given it. But
You never know, but I mean, I'm not surprised they didn't. But nothing eventually. But again, it's in terms of conceptual art, that was the point. And if you read this is very interesting. I mean, some people say that was an evil thing to do or a bad thing to do, and the alternative point of view is that people buy such useless things that if you read that, they can say it more eloquently than I can. But the point is that burning it is not, in the big picture of things, not as evil as it or foolish as it might seem in terms of making a statement. So, any more questions? Just ask. I'm just going to be shooting. Today's the last day. So. But his talk yesterday was much more eloquent than I can do, and he talked about, he's very, I guess kind of hippy-dippy, but at the same time very concerned about, spirituality and capitalism, and being an artist in Singapore, he's been through a lot. So
How old is Leland?
He was born in 57, so young man.
Yeah.
Okay, see you.